Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
Hey, everybody. It is Wednesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports, or as it is affectionately referred to around here, Andrew's Podcast. With me, as always, on Andrew's Podcast, Scott, how you feeling tonight, man?
I am so excited to be back on Andrew's Podcast that I can barely keep it in my pants.
It is good to have you back. We missed you last week here on Andrew's Podcast.
So
glad you're back. How was vacation, man?
Vacation was amazing. It's always good to get the hell away from your regular shit. Always good to get away from regular shit. Andrew, the star and host of Andrew's Podcast. Andrew, how are you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm feeling great. You know, I'm feeling Robin Thicke good right now, blurring all these lines between the different Andrew, Drew, Mookie, who the fuck ever. It's just great to be here and see you two suffering through that intro.
How long did you practice that blurred lines reference?
I have a tab up here that is Google search for blurred lines. So all of like 20 seconds. The fourth time you leaned into Andrew's podcast, I was like, man, we are really blurring some lines here between, worlds I try to keep separate, but all right. Robin, think it up.
Mookie, hit that breathalyzer. Hit that breathalyzer. You just made a Robin Thicke reference within the first 30 seconds of the show. Hit the breathalyzer. We're going to need to know.
No, I don't need to.
I'm more surprised he didn't say Alan Thicke, to be perfectly honest with you.
I just shouted out Alan Thicke. I understand the father-son distinction there, and I don't need to hit it because I came at 0.094 as you were playing that belly up intro. So there you go.
Wow. All right. Well, there you go. Start of the night, Drew at 0.09 to kick.
I mean, these morning woods have been sitting in my beer fridge for so long, and I haven't been allowed to touch them, and I was afraid I was going to lose them. Somehow I got Scott's beer to him safely, which was a feat in and of itself, because do you know how tantalizing a 4-pack of tall boys are in the fridge?
Dude, especially during stout season, which is all the fucking time. This one is delicious. We got to talk about this.
We're going to talk about the beers in a minute. And
let's intro Aiden.
Oh, wait, yes, Aiden hanging out with us as always. Aiden, how you feeling, man?
I'm here. Good to be shouted out finally. I was sitting there just like, all right. I mean, you could have kept going. It wouldn't have hurt my
Aiden's
feelings,
like, I've entered the waiting room. Fuck
yeah,
y'all.
I was just like, all right, I'll just sit here then, I guess, and let it keep going. But no, honestly, always an honor to be on Andrew's podcast. Good to be here.
Yes.
Aiden, how do you feel? Last week when we kicked off the show, you were disappointed because the Braves had dropped like 4 games and they dropped under 500, and I was talking so much shit. And since then, the Reds got swept by the Padres, and then have just been complete ass. How you feeling about that?
Pretty good, especially considering the Braves have won 5 of their last 7. So the tides have turned a little bit. It's not looking good right now, but for the Braves today. But I'm feeling better, still cautiously optimistic. I don't have too high hopes anymore for the Braves.
All right, man. Well, here's the deal. We got to come up with something. Scott, you and Aiden, your boys play against the Reds this week. So we got to come up with some type of bet to put on the line here.
And nothing like a 4-game series to make that happen. That way they can split and we split
or everybody has to do the punishment. That's how I think that has to go. Matt Barr in the comments saying he's back. Let's fucking go. What's up, Matt Barr? Good to see you. Our good friend Robert Taylor saying I made it
from the wrong account.
No, it's from his Dungeons and Dumbasses account. It's all good.
I know, but it's funny because he didn't mean to.
And then Ed from Pardon the Punctuation is drinking some Listerman Haterade.
Hell yeah, the Haterade.
Good brew. All right, let's talk about these beers that we're drinking this week. These came in all the way from Alaska. So Scott, I'll throw it over to you. Why don't you tell everybody how we got these beers, and then give us the rundown of your beer. And this week we are rating our beers. Dan Orlavsky put out on Twitter, are you team 90210 or team Saved by the Bell? Which I thought was a slam dunk. I was like, why would we even put this on the show? But apparently there's going to be some controversy on this one. So rate your beer, whether it is Saved by the Bell or 90210. Scott, over to you.
All right, we got these beers from friend of the show and college friend of all of ours, Sarah White, who traveled up to Alaska and brought us back beers. Like, had reached out to us and was like, "Hey," and she travels back to Alaska, I think at least once a year. She said, brought us beers all the way back from Alaska. And when I had the chance, when she was like, "Hey, it can be from any of these breweries," I actually researched each one of the beers at the brewery to make sure I got the right one. And I think I fucking nailed it, because I am drinking Carrie's Secret Indulgence, which is a which is from Black Spruce Brewing Company out of Fairbanks, Alaska, an imperial fucking pastry stout at 9.8% ABV. Let me read this can because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. It has Little Owl Ethiopian coffee, vanilla, Ecuador, cocoa nibs, and lactose. This shit is fucking delicious.
Good.
In a can.
Sounds incredible.
Cocoa what?
Cocoa nibs, bitch. You heard
Cocoa
me.
nibs.
Cocoa
What
nibs.
the hell is that?
Oh my god, what the hell? You
Mark
know
said,
what cocoa nibs?
Scott playing the race card with his beer. Shocker. And just for you now, race card.
What? How the hell did I play the race card?
Drew, you've got another one from the land up north. What do you got going?
The land up north.
Hey, you can see Russia from there.
It's true. It's very north. I've got, fittingly, Morningwood from Kassik's Brewery. This one I had to look up too, because they're in Kenai, Alaska. So again, a little bit more off the beaten path, if you will. Absolutely amazing. It's a great IPA. It is 6.4% alcohol, untapped. Can't find it. I don't know if it's made a presence on there yet.
Oh shit, mine on Untapped got a 4.13 caps. Like, it came in strong.
Snaps.
Yeah. They came in super high.
I might also have made a typo. Who knows? We'll see. I'll see if I can dig it up by the end. Oh, no, wait. Maybe this is it. The IPA. 3.713 caps on Untapped. That feels low for this brew, man. This thing is solid. It's a family-owned brewery.
Kenai.
Yes, all right, but how do you say the brewery? Kassik's Brewery or what? Because it sounds a little Russian. So, I mean... no, it's amazing. It's a great traditional old style. Already through some of them. We won't admit the number because, whatever, man. It's delicious. I'm having a great time. It is definitely Saved by the Bell on the Saved by the Bell 90210 rating scale.
Yes, Scott, you didn't rate
Easily.
I was just going to say, I left that one to...
You blew right past that one there. So is it...
It's a Kelly Kapowski over here.
90210 or is it Saved by the Bell?
This shit is 90210, bitch.
Aiden, what are you drinking, man? I
like Tiffany Amber Thiessen when she's sick, god damn it.
I'm so disappointed in you. Aiden, what are you drinking, man?
I'm drinking Hell on High Watermelon from 21st Amendment Brewery, all the way down here in lowly Georgia.
That shit is delicious. I've had that before.
It's really, really good. But it's no Alaskan beer by any means. And I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I never watched Saved by the Bell or 90210. But based off reactions, I'll go with Saved by the Bell.
You son of a bitch.
I've got to plug in that you guys are old every episode, every once in a while,
Well, and it's a show that came out. Both shows came out well before your birth in late 1999.
Yeah.
Can I also come clean here? Because I got to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen 5 minutes of 90210.
I've seen every single episode, even the horrible, god awful modern remake that they did in the early 2000s or mid to late 2000s.
I mean, where was that? Was it on like UPN or what channel was that on?
You motherfucker! Wait, that's racist as shit. UPN, you son of a bitch.
I just like to give a shout out to UPN because I didn't realize that UPN was regional, man. Like, dude, they always had the hotness on UPN in the evening.
You motherfucker. No, it was on the CW. Even worse.
If you want to go ahead, I can't figure out shit right now.
So I get to feel like
let's be honest,
teenage girl every Wednesday night, like after college.
I was drinking Suntrip from New Terrain.
Nobody asked, Mike. Okay, nobody asked.
I did not. I missed the messages from Sarah. I was late, and then it was like vacation time, and then I was dealing with some stuff at home, so I didn't get any beers from Alaska. So I decided to go with Suntrip to fit in with the motif that we're going for during this show, because we are going to talk about the midnight game that they have up there in Alaska. So I figured Suntrip worked out well. It's 5.9% ABV, 3.69 caps on Untappd. It is on the scale of 90210 to Saved by the Bell. It is definitely Saved by the Bell. And
bullshit. Robert Taylor knows. Robert Taylor knows. He's dropping that hotness in the chat, baby. He knows.
I don't know what any of this means. He says, I used to love Dylan's answering machine greeting. Hey, you've reached Dylan. You know the drill. Beep. That's a thing from the show?
Oh, that's like super.
Come on, you're gonna act like you don't know the legendary Luke Perry is fucking Dylan. Like,
no, I know that, but I didn't know his.
Yeah. Everything he did was fucking cool, man. Shit, I wanted to be Luke Perry, and I was the furthest thing from Luke Perry.
Man, I don't get it, dude. Luke Perry.
I'm like, even as a kid, I'm like, that dude gets
mad.
Tyson,
well, that is true. He did pull tail left and right. So.
On both the show and in real life.
I mean,
Tyson is not mentioned. Tiffany Amber Thiessen was on both shows, and Scott prefers thick Thiessen over.
That's right.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that statement. But I did want to go back to this. So I was thinking about this with the beers that Sarah hooked us up with. The show really, we stepped up because we all fell right into the role of a sip, chug, drain pour in the way we responded to the offer. So Scott was clearly the sip, because when he got the offer, he's like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to do my research. I'm going to look into this. Like,
I did. I went to each brewery's website and was like, okay, what's the list of beers I can get? And I'm like, that is my beer.
Sarah said something to me about it, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm for sure in. Just let me know. I'm cool with whatever. She sent me a list of breweries. I never responded, and she was like, all right, cool, this is what I got you. I was like, oh, thanks so much, appreciate it. Like, here, I'll send you the cash or whatever. I remember at some point in the process, she even said, hey, when you see this tomorrow morning when you're sober, just let me know this and this or whatever. And I was like, damn, all right, cool. So well. Right, exactly. And then so I was clearly the chug, and then the drain pour was Mike, just not responding at all, just being hammered on the beach, chilling, and then be like, oh,
90210, Tyson. 90210.
That's how I did it.
But you were on the beach getting hammered. I mean, ain't no gonna hold it against you, right?
Robert Taylor says he's drinking urban sour.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
A fruited sour with banana, marshmallow, coconut, and white chocolate. Dear Lord, that sounds good. That sounds like such a Saved by the Bell beer, and
dude,
not
yes.
doing a beer.
Out of here, you motherfucker!
Clearly a Saved by the Bell beer.
Son of a bitch.
Let us know what you guys are drinking. Also,
I need to get that Urban South. That sounds
sharing
amazing.
out the show. We appreciate that.
Robert knows about that Cali life. He knows what's up. Saved by the Bell was in a fictional place.
I bet you Robert Taylor is going to go with Saved by the Bell on this one. Although now he's going to say 90210 just to make me look bad. But I guarantee you he was going to say
he was already talking about Dylan's voicemail. We know.
Yeah, but he also knows that Zach Morris is trash. So he is.
Well, I know that. I didn't watch it. Like, I know Zach Morris is fucking trash. You can enjoy that show without enjoying the original.
See, that's the point, though, Scott. As far as entertainment value goes, you don't have that kind of thing with 90210. Zach Morris and Saved by the Bell will live on forever. Like, I'm sure Aiden's heard of Zach Morris's trash as like the meme, right?
Yeah, that's all I've really heard of him in Glee,
Boom.
Of course. But
fuck you, Robert.
Mike, we win.
I always knew you were a bitch.
Scott, I feel like you're just really losing this one. Like, you are.
You know what? Look. I come into this one knowing I was going to take
your back. He's got.
I was going to take all the fucking L's with this one because I know everybody our age watched Saved by the Bell. I just fucking didn't. Like, it just never did. And my mom, when we were younger, watched 90210, and so like through osmosis and having it, like I saw all that shit, and then later on, I might have researched and watched all the fucking episodes. Don't fucking judge me. God damn.
Again, Scott with the research. Doing that research.
I watched the old episodes on the damn soap opera network. It was kind of lame. I was really lame when we got right out of college. I had nothing going on after work.
Oh, wait, we were cool in college? Because I didn't think that was true.
That's
not really.
Not really cool in college either. So the reason why we were doing these Alaskan beers, the solstice was this past Sunday, right? Or Monday. And
Yes.
as part of tradition in Fairbanks, they play this midnight game. I'm sorry. I should probably do this correctly. Let's talk some baseball, fellas.
Yes.
Pitch. Oh, shit.
I can't believe I almost forgot to.
Come on, man. I've been gone.
It's my bad.
Dude, I still love that so much.
So Sarah reached out, was like, you guys should talk about this game because it's really cool. They play it in Fairbanks every year. It starts at 10 o'clock p.m. local time, and then it finishes up, and it's daylight throughout the whole game because they get like close to 24 hours of sunlight during the solstice up there in Fairbanks. So she was like, and then we could do these Alaska beers, and it's a really cool theme for the show. And all in on that one, except for when I forgot to ask her for beers. That was the only hiccup in the whole play. But other than that, everything else went flawlessly. The game was aired on YouTube this week. We don't know if we can show it because of copyright stuff, but Scott was watching it. You watched it live, right, Scott?
Yeah, because it was on and starting right as I got to work. So sitting down to log into my computer, Sarah messaged and was like, "Hey, the game just started." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, it did. Let's go." I mean, I just logged into work. Let's watch some baseball. Fuck it.
I pulled a screen grab that they had on Twitter. This is from the Gold Panners, who is the team from Fairbanks. This is their
116 years.
Yes, the 116th iteration of the midnight game. This is from the top of the ninth inning at 12:30 a.m. local time, and you can still see the sunlight out there. Still no lights turned on in the stadium. That is amazing.
And that would have been, that would have been about 4:00 in the morning our time, because that game wrapped up. And that was my takeaway from it was, holy God, when baseball doesn't deal with all the commercial obligations and all the bullshit that Major League Baseball has to deal with, it goes by really quickly. Like it just kept moving along.
It's pretty awesome.
It's crazy.
This was like the biggest crowd that a lot of these guys were going to play in front of too. Who makes up these teams, Scott? Is it like college kids? Like what? It's a semi-pro team, right?
Yeah. So I was looking at some of the rosters some of the guys just to see where they went to. It seemed like a lot of
research.
Because I was curious, like, because Sarah had mentioned, and I looked up. It's like there have been former major leaguers that played in this game. So I'm looking at these rosters just to see, and it seemed like a lot of guys that went to smaller schools or schools that you're just like, oh, well, it makes sense that they'd be here. I didn't see any like standouts or any former names that I'd ever heard of. So, but I mean, when they were playing, it was clear that these guys, they played with that college intensity. That was another noticeable thing. It wasn't the major league jogging on every play.
You say play with the college intensity. So I just started watching. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just throw it on the background during the show. I'm watching now. No, I did not wake up at 2 a.m. to watch the game.
It's been on YouTube. You could have watched it at any time. It's like our show. It streams live and then it lives there.
Yeah, I know, but this is how I wanted to do it, man. Back off.
See, then Sarah's mentioning it's a collegiate summer league team, so there you go. Like,
all right, that's perfect because
you can have guys from anywhere, pretty much.
This just called. He rung this dude up and was doing the little showman, getting his game on. So he's coming with that energy too. Like
he's trying to make the bigs. He's like, I'll be the next Angel Hernandez out here.
Exactly right.
Show.
Right. It's gonna be about me, baby.
Hey, let me check you for that sticky shit, kid. Get over here. The kid's like, what is happening right now?
So wait, the one thing I do want to know, and again, not that we're calling out Sarah again, but I think she'd probably and I guess Matt Barr said he has an uncle up there. What is up with the field, though? It doesn't look like great quality, but is it like a AstroTurf infield with a grass outfield?
That was the one thing I couldn't tell when I was watching live, because the camera that they used was like from behind home plate. So it was kind of a higher angle. And and when it got closer, I was thinking like that field just looks off. Like I'm not really sure what they have to do to it. Cause you got to figure if there's those times when they have all the no daylight, it would be tough to keep grass alive and shit.
I'd like to point out that the two famous players that have played there both took steroids. connection? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Alaska.
Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens as notable players from history to play in this
Also
game.
notable steroid users, but whatever, it's cool. But that's the thing too, is I could understand why they would do that. Where like, remember the Astrodome back in the day? Wasn't it there that they had all the AstroTurf, but the bases would have dirt carved out so you could slide and stuff?
Yes, that was,
So
and that was for safety reasons,
right? And it looks.
Tyson said, "Shut up, Drew."
Well,
Bears live there, man. Bears live.
Trust me, I watch Alaska Bush people all the time, man. I know about them bears. But the weird thing is they have the AstroTurf, but then the outfield is grass. So like, is that also a safety reason? Like, why would you do?
That's what I'm confused about. Why you would do turf infield,
right?
Rich dirt around the bases, but then a grass outfield.
Because like that's
strange.
Yeah, it has to be maintenance. There definitely has to be a maintenance issue behind it.
I mean, that's what I assume because you're in friggin' Alaska, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like trying to get the grass to grow and maintain is probably difficult. So you want as little as possible.
You know what? I bet you Tyson's right, because what it is that the AstroTurf on the infield feels weird to the bear. So if they cross from the grass outfield into the artificial infield, the bear will be like, whoa, wait a minute. And that'll give people more time to run away from the bear.
Like for real?
I don't know, man.
By the way, Aiden, Robert Taylor pointing out, I love how the new guy isn't old enough to get into the speakeasy. We got to get you.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Look, man, he just got his Kong bong, baby stabs.
He is of legal age, all right?
One show at a time. We'll
Before you leave, we'll have a green screen for you so that you can also be in the. But you're in like your girlfriend's place. That'd be weird to be setting up a screen in your girlfriend's apartment.
Nah, it should be fine.
She'd let me do it. It's fine.
Tell her you got to pay the bills.
You got to keep her then, though. I was gonna say that's a good test. If she lets you do that, then like, bro, that's a quality gal.
You're right. We'll have to run the test just to find out whether or not she's a keeper or not. That's the sole intention behind it.
It's very important at this age, Just don't make the mistakes we did. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa.
No, I understand.
What was that?
I didn't make that
really
mistake. I love my wife and kids. I don't
wait.
condone that.
So you're
I'm
saying
not co-signing that? How dare you?
You're saying no. You're saying you made it through college without making any mistakes dating wise.
I'm saying I dated my wife in college and continued dating her after college and then married her. It was the best decision I've ever made.
I stupidly dated the same girl from high school all the way through college. So yeah, it was one big mistake, but I made it in high school, so it doesn't really count, right?
Well,
it was one long 6-year mistake. So it's just one mistake, but it happened in high school. So I just kept it going for longer than intended.
That's fair. I was today years old when I learned that about Scott and actually sat down and did the math about, Mike and his beautiful bride, Alex. And yeah, it adds up. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that, guys.
I don't know what that means, but fuck you.
I don't know either.
No, it means that you and Alex were in college when you met, right?
Yes.
I didn't realize that happened while you were in college, which was like, yeah, we all fucked up in college and then met wives. But that was just me. I was the only broken one. Once again, Biscuit nailing it.
This wasn't an accidental typo, because Biscuit says not everyone is a broken hole like you, Drew. And I think he meant to type whore, but the idea of Drew just being a broken asshole is way better of an idea to me than Drew being a whore.
But he also spelled it like whole, as in like he's a complete whole. There's so much going on. Biscuit mind fucking us with the wordplay.
A complete hole? What is a complete hole?
That's what I'm saying. Like he said broken hole, so it's like there's this hole, but it's broken, and you're fucked up in that whole thing. It's a mind fuck, man.
It is, man. It's like BioShock level mind fuck.
All right, guys, let's talk.
Oh, right, that baseball thing.
The Goldfitters won. You found the game very interesting, right? They
did. They won 3-0. And like I said, baseball, when it's played without all the bullshit and extras that they throw in that make it take forever, it's really fucking awesome. That being said, I had a great fucking time at the Braves game last week, and all the bullshit that comes along with it. It was so great.
Yeah, good time in Atlanta.
Yes, and I think I have officially finally brainwashed my kids. They were legit distraught that we couldn't go to the Saturday game because it got rained out. And then Luke kept asking, like, when are we going to go to the Braves game again? And, like, when do they play that game? They're going to make it up, right? And it's very hard to explain how rainouts work and how we couldn't fucking go. And, yeah, Daddy just had to take that one on the chin with the ticket prices. And, woohoo, yeah, that was great. But no, they're like, then they wanted to sleep with their tomahawks and shit. So I think I finally brainwashed them into becoming fans, so they now too can suffer like me.
And Aiden with the big smile.
And me. I know the struggle.
Aiden and I now text daily about this shit, which is like we have this coping group every fucking game, every pre-game, post-game, every transaction. It's like, all right, how's this gonna screw us over now? Like,
why'd we call that guy up? Oh, he didn't need to go on the DL. What is this shit?
Yeah, exactly. It's just us bitching and text every day. It's very therapeutic.
I was gonna say that's very cute.
I'm glad you guys have each other. That's good,
right? Well, now speaking of having each other, though, now Scott, saying that you finally brainwash your kids so they can suffer like you, isn't that every dad's dream? From what I'm told,
mm-hmm. I couldn't. The grin, and just even now, like yesterday.
Oh, Dinger Slinger! Sorry, Dinger Slinger. Either
it's the gold banners.
Nope, just kidding. Apparently, a foul ball.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, they zoomed out.
That wasn't the most Drew play-by-play ever.
Hey, he doesn't like baseball that much.
Oh, wait, it was a foul ball.
Drew, it's time. It's time. BAC.
Son of a bitch.
Blow into that. All right, so he was 0.09 before the show started. So we got to go 0.1 higher or lower. Scott, higher or low. Aiden already pointing up.
Higher. Yeah, I was just going to say there's no doubt he's higher.
Everybody going higher. Drew, go ahead and blow into that one. I love that Sarah knows exactly where you're at in the game just based on your reaction.
Well, no, because like I swear to God that the way they zoomed away made it look like it was a home run. And then they pause and it's like, oh, just kidding. The ball wasn't there at all. He's still at home plate.
BAC check, Drew. BAC check.
Man, fuck you. I'm working on it. It takes time, all right? The app has to warm up and shit.
You can't make me laugh tonight because I'm like all sick and drunk.
No, fuck you. That sounds like a you problem.
All right, well, that's fair. Biscuit saying he's going to go lower after last week. He might have the right play there because last week we tended to get screwed over on these where it should have been way higher than it was, and it always came in at like 0.07.
I still think we were right every single time. Like, we were never wrong. It was the app that was broken.
I agree.
I still think
you're 100% right on that. All right, Drew has blown for the second time tonight. What's the new reading?
I don't know. I'll tell you when I get it, man. Like,
holy shit, this thing takes forever.
God.
Oh, fuck you, bitches.
What's the
under?
It's broken.
0.065.
There's no way.
There's no way you went from 0.09 to 0.06.
I know you didn't go down.
This is some bullshit.
Well, no. Hold on. We've been live for almost half an hour, and I have not cracked another beer. So,
can you tell me what a cocoa nib is?
No, I didn't know to begin with, though. So that's fair, right?
All right, let's talk.
I was gonna Google it, and then I was like, no, maybe not on this computer.
What? It's nothing sexual. What the fuck?
If I make a typo, Scott, things could go really poorly. All right, dude.
Drew's search history is going to be like, did you mean Cocoa Nips? And he's going to be like, well, no, but now I did, and I'm going to get my apple.
Well, yeah, like, I'm already here. I'm already fucked. Might as well see this through, right? Like, see what we can't get at.
Biscuit saying, where's
Biscuit? Yeah, Biscuit needs to get paid over there. Pay that, man.
Thank you for the hat tip on the midnight game. It was really cool to see that. And if you haven't done it, go to the Gold Panners YouTube page and check that out. For right now, though, we got another edition of Fire or Dumpster Fire. We didn't do this last week. I held off because we had Tank here, and I like to save these for when Scott's here. But we had another City Edition uniform.
Wow, he just said he hates Tank. Did you all heard it?
No,
I heard it.
Don't put
live on air.
drunkie. So we had
Bitch, I'm at 06. You better back up.
Drunky.
That's my new name instead of Drookie. It's going to be Drunkie.
Listen, you better act right or you're going to get removed from Andrew's podcast.
Oh fuck! It's true. Andrew does control this shit.
Andrew
Be
does
nice.
have the finger on the button. All right,
Yeah.
so
Wizard of Oz.
we had a new
that'd be
uniform,
cool.
City Connect uniform that came out last week. The Arizona Diamondbacks released theirs. So we want to know fire or dumpster fire on these things. They're like
On these things,
brown with black lettering.
you know where Mike stands.
It's got a black Diamondbacks logo on the sleeve. The hat is black brim.
Their
black
jerseys
logo.
themselves are cream.
It's cream. Is that what we're calling this? Cream?
Yeah, I mean it's like off white.
It's awful white. It looks terrible.
Wait, Mike, in a quick ode to the spelling bee this past weekend, which I came in a big winner. Yeah, that's right. I turned $5 into 40. No big deal. Thank you. Whatever the
Did you seriously bet on the spelling bee?
hell, fucking yeah.
Good Lord, Drew. We got
Jesus Christ, man! Seriously,
I also turned $10 into 60 on the Westminster Dog Show the week before. So I
what
mean,
the fuck?
y'all can be. I mean, y'all can be mad, but I'm over here winning. So
It's only a problem if he's losing. Come on.
exactly. But in an ode to the Howard Script spelling bee last weekend, can I get an alternate pronunciation or view of these, or is this all you got?
That's the only view I have. Because the only pictures they really put out was these, and these guys are wearing.
Oh, they haven't worn them yet.
I haven't seen them.
No,
live.
it's always like 2 weeks or so after they announce them.
But they didn't even wear the full uniform. They wore jeans in these pictures. I'm like, you're not even like.
Oh.
This is just
real.
It's
comfortable.
dumb.
I don't know.
Jerseys.
I like what they're trying to go for, but I think they just kind of missed it. They shot their shot and they hit back iron. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Robert Taylor is
see-
saying Frank Clark in Southern California. That's how bad he's got these uniforms rated. And Matt Barr saying dumpster fire on these. Scott, when you first saw these,
Just so disappointing.
you were actually you were on board with these.
Well, I'm on board with them in the fact that if you paid attention to the Diamondbacks since they've existed, they've had about 900 different jerseys. And this, out of all of them, if you just lined up every single Diamondbacks jersey ever, this is somewhere like in the middle. Like they've had way worse jerseys. They have way better. I mean, these are just fine. And actually the hat I really like.
I don't mind the hat. I'm okay with that.
The hat I really like. And when Mookie's asking about the rest of the photo shoot, my issue was in the rest of the photo shoot is that they had a fucking boa constrictor in this fucking photo shoot on some of the, like on these guys in some of the photos. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, you motherfuckers are the Diamondbacks. If you're going to bring a snake to the party, bring the goddamn snake that you're named after. Don't pussy out with a boa constrictor that won't bite your ass right in the middle of the photo shoot and end your career. Like, you don't bring a snake that's not the actual snake you're named after. That was my biggest issue. I'm like, the jerseys, they're whatever, but don't bring the fake snake to the goddamn party. Man up.
I don't like these at all. These are definitely a dumpster fire.
Okay, wait a minute. All right. So just real quick. So we've had Boston, both Chicago's, Miami, and now Arizona.
Don't jump ahead. Drew just left the show. Aiden.
What the fuck?
Aiden hasn't. He was frozen there for a little bit. Aiden, what do you rate this one? Fire or dumpster fire?
I mean, I don't really have a huge opinion on these. I don't see them one way or the other. I don't want to say dumpster fire because I don't think they belong there, but they're definitely not fire either.
Right, that's my thing. It's like they're fine.
Mediocre means dumpster fire in this world, man. You can't be mediocre and be fires. You have to pick fire or dumpster fire.
All right, so if we're going off of that, then they're dumpster fire for sure.
Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate you.
Rate this from amazing to Nick Cannon having 4 kids in the same year recorded for women.
All of them in 2 weeks.
Jared, that's the biggest dumpster fire of 2021 for sure. Even with COVID,
he'd give it a solid 6. Could have used a little bit more black. He'd give it a small.
Hell yeah, everything could use more black.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just the color on these uniforms.
Yes, it's the cream, right?
If they weren't cream, I like the script that they used for the I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the Spanish word for snakes there because I got nothing on that one. But
I'm pretty sure it's serpientes.
Thank you. I wasn't going to try because it was going to sound super white, and I didn't want to do it.
And can we also
Hold on
agree,
a second. No. Do this. You do these hockey names. Do this fucking.
Oh boy.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
You cheating
that's why I made you say it first. I'm not stupid, Scott. But it's just the color scheme for me. Like if it was a different color, I'd probably be a little bit more on board. But Scott, you started to go this route, and that's where I was going to go too. So we've had both Chicago teams, we've had Boston, we've had Miami, and now the Diamondbacks. There's still 2 left to go. We're going to have the Dodgers and who's the other one? There's one more team I think they're going to come out with. Anyways, 2 more to go.
It was like I think it's the Giants because it was like all
Giants,
California
yes,
teams.
it is the Giants, yes. So where do these rank for you out of what's already been released?
I'm still putting Miami at the top. I'm going to go the Southsiders at number 2.
Close.
And I probably, I'd probably put these at number 3 because I still think that and then I'll go with the windy side of Chicago, those blue for the Cubs, and then the last, I still think those Boston ones are the worst ones, man.
There's no way. Drew is shaking his head at that. Drew, you don't agree with that?
I wasn't listening.
Okay.
I'd be shocked if he remembered all of them any fucking way. Come on.
No, I don't. To be fair, I don't pay that much attention to them. No, Jenna came in to grab the dog and was gesturing about dog things. Anyways, also I didn't expect to have a part in this segment because I had initial thoughts on this jersey, and then
you knocked yourself out of the stream somehow.
No. Well, I was told to not. My mom always said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing because then they'll drop you from their streaming platform. So I'm not going to say anything. But what I wanted to ask Mike originally before you got to this point was, I feel like these would actually look pretty dope if they took like the Bengals color rush scheme, like just go white and black with maybe some gray trim, and then they fixed the snake head because it looks like it's a fucking electrical plug. You know what I mean? Like you fix that snake head, you get rid of the cream and just go a crisp black on even the numbers and stuff.
White and black would be pretty slick.
That would be sick.
They should have
right?
just went like what was the minor league team that went with the slang name for the fucking flip flops, the flaming flip flops that the Mexican slang.
Yeah, the chunkless, right?
Yes. They should have just went with something like that. Some real fucking this is racist, but whatever. We're embracing that.
That bar with the correct take. It's Andrew's podcast. He doesn't have to listen to you plebes.
I appreciate that. Also,
he absolutely doesn't.
Is there a minor league team named the Churros? Because I feel like that'd be a super
There
dope.
was.
I think there was. Didn't they do one of those one night only things? There was definitely. I remember seeing an angry churro logo.
Yeah, but why would that be a one night only? Like, why only do that one night? I mean, that is a solid brand. Come here for the churros, stay for the baseball.
Yes, okay, fair enough. Yes, that's the good take.
That's a hot take.
You need me to buy you more time, Mike, as you try to switch around the thingies?
I've got I don't know if you guys saw this today. Yesterday, MLB put out a tweet, a picture of the moon, and they announced today they've saved baseball. Baseball is saved, guys. It's done.
Yes.
All this time, everything we've done, we never have to do a saved baseball show again because they have done it.
They got rid of the white guys, the old white guys.
Saved baseball. Rob Manfred, in all of his wisdom, has paired with the cryptocurrency site, and there will be the official cryptocurrency of MLB, FTX. There you go, everybody. Baseball is saved. It's all done. I'm so happy.
Wait, hold on. What was it called? I need to give me some of that shit.
FTX.
Hey there, fellow kids. We're into that cryptocurrency here in the Major League Baseballs. Are you interested in us? You guys can pay with your cryptocurrency. Will you come to our games now? That's how this fucking looks. Jesus
It totally
Christ.
does. It's absolutely. What is the worst move? Rob's decision to ban the sticky substances and causing this whole fiasco, or partnering with FTX and making a big deal about the announcement and being like, "We're going to the moon, everybody." Hey, you know what? Stuff about going to the moon. Let's put a tweet up of the moon, and people will be like, "What's this about?" Oh, you're pairing with a cryptocurrency partner.
Baseball's
Dude,
like
dude.
a flip phone in every dugout to call it onto that bullpen. No more of these wall phones. We've reached the pinnacle, baby.
You know what we've done? We've upped the game. We are paying for 500 text messages per month, and you can text the bullpen, everybody. That's it. That's what we
Wait, no, Mike,
more 10
please.
cents per message like we've been charging you. We pay $5 a month.
Mike, when did this announcement come out? Like what day?
Literally just today.
Literally
MLB
just
thinks
today.
they're so
Literally just today. So, do you think there's any coincidence that Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two main coins, hit their lowest in literally months, hit their lowest level in months the same day that Rob announced this?
No, I don't think there's any coincidence there. Like it has nothing to do. Check FTX. What's FTX at? Because I guarantee you, it's still nothing.
Oh no! I'm saying, Rob tanked the market. Like Rob ruined crypto. Like when baseball gets into crypto and everyone else is like, "Oh,
you're saying
anymore."
that just because baseball,
baseball is involved in crypto now, crypto is fucking tanking.
The only problem with theory is thinking that baseball has that much fucking influence that they could actually change anything on the market.
I mean, Mark Cuban's super into crypto and he pays attention to baseball.
Like baseball doesn't move the needle. They don't care.
Aiden, you're a kid. Does this affect you?
You're a kid.
Oh, man. Yeah, I live on my own, pay my own bills. I guess
You're
I'm
hip.
a kid, though.
You're a youngster.
Do you have your own health insurance?
I don't have my own health insurance. I don't. So I'm still a kid.
Don't bother.
You're still a kid.
Ride your
Milk
parents'
it.
shit as long as you can.
That's right,
That's
brother.
the
Until
worst
I'm 26.
thing. All the
for
way
dear
till
life.
the end. And when you get to 26, then you need to petition Washington to make that shit till you're 30. Like, just keep extending it.
Or like move to Canada.
Sounds
or
like
something.
a plan to me, honestly. I don't ever want to pay for insurance, you know?
How excited are you about this MLB FTX crypto partnership?
I don't have an opinion. It does not like.
I don't give
care
a
at
fuck.
all.
He says.
Yeah, in a very polite way. I just don't care. I don't know what they're thinking they're doing. It might work out for them. It might not. I don't know.
It's probably not.
It's so late. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's tone deaf. And the NBA did this years ago, and since then it's not like it's become this big thing. And MLB wants to act like years after everybody's already been doing it. They're like, "Hey guys, here we are. This is gonna change the game." It's like, no, it's not. Cryptocurrency's been a thing. It's just, it's just an extra thing, and it didn't really move the needle for any of the other sports. Why the fuck would baseball figure it out?
I just love that baseball is going to go ahead and screw this up. Like they're not going to use this the correct way. It's just going to be like you can buy your hot dogs with cryptocurrency. That's all they're going to do.
It's going to be utilized for purposes.
Yeah, they're not going to be like, well, wait a second, states are starting to legalize gambling, so maybe we should get into that and utilize the cryptocurrency and capitalize. No, they're going to be like, use your wallet. You guys got the old Apple Watch, go ahead and tap that and it'll use your cryptocurrency, but only the one that we partnered with. And then you can buy your hot dogs right here. Okay, sound good? All right, youngsters, come out to the ballpark for 9 hours.
I mean, if I could just buy beer at the ballpark using my Apple Watch, then that's a fucking win.
But see, that's the thing,
it's
though.
always such
Major
a
League Baseball
goddamn
would be that
hassle at
smart.
those old school motherfucking parks. Like, it's absurd.
They're like, you got to use cash, and everybody's like, what the fuck is this shit?
What is cash? Dude.
This was a bad look from baseball, but the other bad look was this sticky substance.
Wait. Before you shift gears, though, I want to throw a thing out there. I know we're not allowed to talk soccer. It's Andrew's podcast. We're not allowed to talk soccer, but I went to the FC Cincinnati game.
Are we talking soccer?
No. Well, I appreciate that. And now, as our numbers plummet, all I wanted to say is FC Cincinnati's new stadium is cashless, and it's beautiful. And it works so well. Lines go so much quicker. It's just so much easier to deal with the shit. That's the way to the future, man. Just fuck cash. Who needs that shit?
But that's the joke that MLB wouldn't do that. That's the whole fucking thing.
Well, no,
Like
I know
we're
that.
saying that tomorrow Rob's gonna announce that, hey, MOB stadiums, they're now cardless. You can only use cash at these
Only
facilities.
cash.
Take it back to a better time, baby. In fact, if you've got gold bars, it's even better because we're Major League Baseball. We're cutting edge.
We're gonna take wooden nickels in stadiums. Only wooden nickels from now on. That's what we do here in baseball stadiums.
It's $2 bill night at the stadium. We're only accepting $2 bills.
And everything is priced at an odd number just to fuck people over.
I need $3 worth of popcorn. Well, good. Give us $4 and we can't give you change. Oh, God damn it, Major League Baseball. It's so something they would do. I hate it.
Oh, wait, we switched back to baseball talk.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Sorry, we switched back to baseball. I gotta get better with these transitions. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm trying. All right, so listen, Rob, we talked a little bit about it last week with Tank about Rob making the move to ban the sticky substances that the pitchers were using. It has been a nightmare for pitchers. Like, they are getting checked nonstop. And last night, things kind of hit a peak already. We're like 2 days into this. Drew's blowing.
Yeah, I realized after the last segment, I was like, yeah, actually, I just want to talk about the FC Stadium. Like, I could do better. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna.
I almost said as soon as you started talking about it, I was like, it's time for you to blow.
Yeah, higher.
But the stadium is so dope. Oh, I went at 09 was my guess with the app.
09. All right, so Aiden 09 higher.
I'll never say lower.
Yeah, that's it. That's a safe bet, Aiden. I'm going higher than 09. Drew, what's the reading?
They're gonna be so mad.
It's some bullshit.
Not me. I said lower.
Scott's gonna be really happy because it's 0.089.
Yes. I hit that dollar mark on the Price is Right, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so
At least it went up from where it was. Then
Right.
You know what, Mike? You know my favorite part about this is
at 0.089.
my favorite part is that this is in true fashion with the way these kinds of things go on the show.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
And no matter what we're betting on, I still fuck you.
Yep, that's a very good point. You still do.
And this is a really hard way to do it, but somehow I'm pulling it off.
All right, so listen, last night, Max Scherzer got checked 3 times.
Oh, my God.
Including Joe Girardi getting thrown out of the game for it. And then Sergio Romo, who I didn't realize played for the Athletics. I don't know if you guys knew that Sergio Romo was a 38-year-old A. But sure enough, there he was. He got checked.
Sergio Romo played soccer in Europe.
God damn it, Drew. Both of them got really upset about it. So here's both of them after getting checked for the last time. They're furious. Belts are coming off. Sergio Romo drops his pants. Is this what's going to happen? Just pitchers whipping out their dick on the mound constantly until Rob finally puts an end to this?
I mean, if you want to get some female viewership, why not try it out and see what happens? What do you got to lose, man?
That's a fair point, Athletes in the prime of their career, taking off clothes on TV.
They're gonna be like,
was not in the prime of his career. He's
what the hell are they checking Dansby Swanson
he looks
for fucking Pine Tar?
No, Mike.
Shit. He doesn't pitch.
He may not be in the prime of his career, but he still looks better than her husband because the guy that brought her there is a baseball fan, so you know what you're dealing with.
Hey, fuck you.
I left it there because Mr. I close all my circles on my Apple Fitness over here.
Sometimes you got to get creative, but you know what? Always get it done.
How long until somebody and with the comment, the pitchers will whip out their dicks until I run on the field? Good throw back there. Good call back from Ed on that one. Tyson said, hear me out. Baseball players shouldn't wear pants. Scott, you want to go ahead and take that one? You want to go?
I'm thinking he means they should wear shorts, and that's perfectly acceptable.
I think he means they should be naked.
Nope, we're going to say that he's playing with shorts. I mean, this is coming from the guy who would rather see if there were any pantsless players, it would be basketball players. You want to talk about throwbacks? Remember, dicks in faces. Dicks in faces.
Can I ask you two to get your BAC? Because y'all sitting over here talking about fucking dicks all left and right. Like, what happened? We were talking about baseball.
Speaking of, hold on a second. Do you want to make a real weird transition? Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, come on. I've been thinking about this.
No, don't you do it. I swear.
Do it.
No.
Speaking of dicks, did you guys hear about Ben Zobrist, pastor? That's a dick right there.
Thank you for going that route.
I was just gonna say that's definitely the route. I didn't think we were gonna go, but thank God you did. I was like, oh my God, he's going for it. What the fuck? I knew at the end of the show.
There was no way I was gonna make that transition. Are you kidding?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we weren't planning on ending the show tonight.
Ben Zobrist, pastor, convinced his wife to give them space. Give each other space so that he could bang Ben Zobrist's wife.
Oh my God.
What's the lawsuit about that, Scott? Like, isn't Zobrist suing his pastor now because of that?
Yeah, Zobrist is suing the pastor because apparently his pastor did this under the guise of marriage counseling and so he was counseling Zobrist on like anxiety and depression and all this shit. And then there was money that Zobrist had donated to the church or some type of group that the pastor was dealing with or whatever, basically to the tune of $6 million. So Zobrist is saying, hey, you used all of that fake shit to bang my wife. I want my $6 million back is basically what's happening.
Who's the lawsuit? This guy needs to get stabbed in the fucking chest.
No, I mean, you know what? Drew's got a very good point. Like,
I mean, seriously,
this is one of the handing that money over ever
without
seen.
a fucking whisper because he's lucky to be alive. And let that be known to everyone out there. This is where I would go.
Our
like,
man
are you
Cox
fucking kidding me?
Our man Cox from the Eagles called and thinks this shit is grimy.
I was gonna say, when I read this story, I was imagining the pastor sending Zobrist's wife text messages like Cox was sending when he was like, "I'm gonna get you pregnant." Like that's what I was. The messages.
Yeah, but see, at least Fletcher Cox is an NFL player. This dude's just a douchebag pastor. Whatever. You know what? I'm an ordained minister. Should I go around banging other people's wives? No, absolutely not. That shit don't mean anything. At least Fletcher Cox is in like the 0.1% of humanity in terms of like his rarity and skill level at what he does. I'm not going to be thrilled about that one, but I'd be like, so what is
you'd have a lot less to say if Fletcher Cox is banging your wife.
Also,
you do this random pastor.
Like I saw the picture of the pastor. I could take him. I'm not taking Fletcher Cox. Like I'm just gonna be like,
hell no.
All right, you win. You got.
I was just gonna say, hey Fletcher, good game. You win.
No, that's where
enjoy her.
Yeah, and no, what you do first, you say that, and then you go and talk to your attorney and be like, yes, we're gonna need to update some shit. Just to be real here. All right, so there's been some developments. Make sure you're
like,
cool.
Fletcher, Eskimo brothers, can we exchange jerseys?
I mean, right? And then if the next one is anything less than that, then then she's in breach of contract. The kids, the house, the cash, it's all mine.
This can say Ben Zobrist is a hero and a national treasure. He will find him a better wife. Yeah, this happened like right after his MVP. Like he won the World Series MVP. This happened like right afterwards, right? That the pastor did.
No, I mean this is one of those rare times when you just see a wife that just is grimy as hell. Like, good God, man. And the article on Barstool said something about like, if the World Series MVP can't satisfy his wife, then what the hell other chance do the rest of us have? Like, fuck, man. Like, we are all screwed.
Apparently, you just have to be a pastor, I guess.
Oh, that's fucking bullshit. Because like, I don't even want to.
I gotta go back and get my, I
Do you know how much work that would be
degree.
to just pretend that you're like a good person all the time, except you're in your like demon phase while you're snatching wives? Like, man.
Do you know how much work that is to pretend to be a good person all the time? That's what you just said.
Like, you gotta be nice to everyone and pretend to care about their fucking feelings and shit. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, people be coming crying to me about their problems. Like, are you serious about this? Like, just go buy your yarn at a different fucking store, woman. Like, no one gives a shit about your knitting club. Like, God, the things you'd have to deal with. Oh, I can't even imagine. You would have to get up every Sunday morning at like 7 a.m. No matter what baseball, football, basketball, hockey game was on the night before, 7 a.m. If that shit went into 4 OT, 7 a.m. Pass.
Biscuit just said, how can you cheat on someone who rode his bike to the stadium and wore PF flyers while doing it? You don't cheat on that guy. I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to get it now. I kind of understand where the wife was coming from. He rode his bike to the stadium wearing PF flyers.
Oh, come on, man. Don't be that guy.
I'm just joking.
I was going to say, Ben Zobrist plays all over the field, man.
Are you hating on riding your bike with PF flyers?
That was the intent of the joke, Drew. Yes, that's what I was doing with that joke. But you guys shit on that one real quick. All right, let's do commercials real fast here.
All right, good. I gotta pee.
Okay.
Thank God for this timing.
Get a BAC check when you come.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
And the best part is now that you introduced this to the show, I'm like, all right, cool, I can count on that. So I'm like, ooh, it's going a little bit late tonight. Well, that's all right. We can grind this out.
All right, well, it's gonna be a quick one because fuck it, I'm doing it live. Listen, we got the hookup for you guys. From the time you want to start drinking till the time you're done. First, fill up your fridge with our friends over at Beer Drop. Get beers delivered directly to you. craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. They got award-winning craft beers starting at under $4 a serving. All you got to do, go to craftbrewsports.com/beer drop, fill out the profile. They will send you a box of craft beer delivered directly to your door every single month. It's amazing. If you don't want to sign up for the plans, you can just go and order beers at that website. You can skip months, push them back a week, whatever you got to do. Fantastic service, awesome company, delicious beers. Drink just like we do here on the show with our beers from Beer Drop, craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. And where you're going to put those beers when you get them? Well, you're going to put them in your dugout mugs. So go to dugoutmugs.com/craft. They got wine glasses. They got beer bottles made out of bats. They got bat handle openers, knob shot glasses, bottle openers that are shaped like baseballs. I'm trying to find the read here, and I'm struggling. It's all good. Go to dugoutmugs.com/craft. Get 15% off your order. Fantastic products. They got their new executive series is out. I think there's still a couple left, so go do that. Now, listen, after you've been drinking all this time, now you got to sober up. So go to our friends over at More Labs, craftbrewsports.com/hangover. Get yourself some morning recovery. Drink all you want. Have a bottle of morning recovery up to an hour after you're done drinking. You are going to wake up feeling fine the next morning. You can hit the high mark on that BAC level and then still wake up for your morning meeting. Thanks to More Labs. craftbrewsports.com/hangover. Go help them out. Support the show. Support the people that support us. Thank you guys for checking these people out. We really appreciate it. Also, one more sponsor. Let me play the drop real quick here. Where is it? Guys, where the fuck is the drop? There it is.
Get it together. Jesus fucking Christ.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that, Drew. You're killing me today. Listen, we got
I literally did nothing.
We got one other sponsor. Fellas, it is time for a Kong Bong. That's right. It is time for the Craft Brewed Sports Kong Bong. There's something so satisfying about listening to like fail. Yes, that was a horrible ad read. I wasn't ready for it. I'm struggling because we're behind on time, but it don't matter because it's all going to be right after a Kong Bong. Scott, did you miss your Kong Bong last week? Did you take it?
I actually thought about it, but I didn't. I didn't want to get sand in my Kong Bong. Giggity.
I thought about it too. I was like, man, I could bring this to the beach, but then same thing. I was like, I don't want to mess it up. Plus,
I figured Drew ruined it putting it through the fucking dishwasher. If I took it to the beach and got sand all in it, like there's no way I could come back and be like, well, I made fun of Drew, but my dumbass put it through sand.
Well, as long as
The
you don't
dishwasher.
go in the dishwasher.
You motherfucker. I know you aren't trying to talk
Motherfucking
shit.
bitch.
No misspeak. You son of a
I
bitch.
am as I continue to use on this motherfucking thing.
And your terrible internet connection, Drew. Get a better internet connection, man.
Holy
Do not
shit,
even
man.
start with that fucking shit because it's got nothing to do with my fucking internet connection. I've tried to be nice about this, but you're pushing me, dude.
You're frozen. I'm pushing
Yeah,
you.
no fucking shit. I'm frozen.
It's not
God
my fault.
damn, motherfucker.
Scott, go ahead and do your Kong Bong.
Oh wait, I
let's
did
go
my
on.
thing.
I'm in. I'm ready.
All right, go for it, Scott. Drew, what was the reading this time? I'm saying higher. Whatever you guessed, I'm saying higher. What'd you guess
Well,
first of all?
Who me?
Yeah.
I guessed 0.1.
0.1. I'm saying higher. What'd you get? Good beer ball.
0.081.
Damn
No
it.
way.
Bullshit. Aiden, go ahead and do your Kong Bong. This is horseshit. Look at Aiden take a deep breath. He gets so nervous about these Kong Bongs. He's gonna screw it up. And then you're a champ, Aiden. You're a champ. What'd you Kong Bong there? What beer did you take down?
Oh, that was
19 crimes.
Coors Light. No, I'm not that
Nice.
crazy.
Oh, I bet you could be though on one
Did
of those
it
college
19
weekends.
crimes. Scott, go ahead and fill some airtime for me while I do mine here.
I was gonna say last week when I was in Atlanta, I finally got to try out the Los Bravos that Aiden drinks every week on the show. Much better than drinking a fucking Mad Tree Rubus Cacao for like 4 straight weeks. I gotta say, and actually all the Terrapin beers were really good. But Aiden, I didn't get to tell you this. So we went to the tap room and they were out of Frenchie's fucking beer. I was so fucking pissed, man. They were sold out of that, and they were sold out of something else. Like the first 3 beer choices I made, they're like, yeah, we don't have any of those. So I ended up going with the Braves Mule, which was good, but very disappointing that they didn't have Frenchie's beer. I like legit wanted to throw a temper tantrum because they didn't have it.
Yeah, I've never had Frenchie's Blues either, but I've heard some good things about it. But I think he doesn't grow very many blueberries, so it's like there aren't very many per year.
He said on the air, like way either in spring training or like the very beginning of the year, that it was only available in the tap room and it was super limited. So I wasn't shocked that they didn't have it, but I was upset. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm only here once. Give it to me.
Right.
Drew, why does it look like you're trying to figure out how the Kong Bong works?
Yeah, so I forgot to bring any other beers up here, so I've got my Morning Wood, and that's it.
Dear God! Oh, this is going to be
Yeah.
something.
Are you gonna Kong Morning Wood?
Drew is taking Morning Wood right through his bong.
There's a
He's
part,
gonna
like,
take Morning Wood to the face, is what you're saying.
I feel like I should.
taking Morning Wood.
Hey,
also
Drew,
feel like
put
it's part
that
of my
Morning
duty.
Wood in your mouth.
I hate all of you.
Swallow that Morning Wood.
There it is.
Down the throat with that Morning Wood. Let's go.
Look at him. Oh, he's deep throating that Morning Wood. That beer was dark as hell.
BAC check. Let's go. Let's do it right now.
Definitely over.
I was gonna say,
You gotta give it a second.
Throw it.
I gotta go put this in the sink. It'll stay in my carpet.
Yeah. So last week when I did my Kong Bong, I didn't realize that you guys used different beers than what you were normally drinking. So last week I also Konged my whatever I was drinking last week. It was a craft brew.
I go and buy shitty Bud Light to Kong because trying to Kong something like this, like no thanks.
I asked Drew because he made a comment.
I'm
and was
back.
like, all right,
I'm
let's
back.
pour my
I
beer.
didn't puke. I promise. I'm back.
Proud of you.
Matt Barr definitely thought
Thank
you were dead.
R.I.P. and peace to Andrew.
So much better now. Oh, yep. We're good. Let's go.
You guys want to talk some basketball?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Hell fucking yeah, dude. I was hitting it this last week. Let me tell you what.
Boom shakalaka!
That Nets loss was amazing. And the best part about it was when Kevin Durant airballed it at the end, I was like, yup, I hit the box. I yelled really loud. The dogs were not pleased.
Or are you more excited about the Kevin Durant airball or the $60 you made fucking betting on the goddamn spelling bee? You degenerate.
Damn, that's a good question. That is a good question.
It wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, but it is because like I love seeing the Nets lose. So there is a part of that. But
turning
bee,
10 into 60.
Because no, you guys understand because the way it works is you split the field to begin with. So I had 5 spellers going into prelims.
Wait, you picked 5 spellers that you
No, you don't. No, you don't pick shit. It's random.
Wait, so you just randomly hang on a second. Okay, back this up. So you get 5 random spellers from the field, and if your kid wins it, you get the payout.
Look, man, this might sound racist as fuck, but if I get 5 names that aren't Indian, I'm like, I lost. I'm done.
You know what, though, Scott? You would think that, but so there's the other part of it too. Is there's a consolation bracket.
Possibly.
So again, you can play through. We'll just.
I just killed Mike.
Yeah.
I'm guys. I just hear him walking off laughing.
Guys, I'm telling you, the spelling bee is one of the most fun events to bet on. Because you can't watch it; it just happens. And then it's like, oh, okay, so the world advanced this far. Now I have a choice to either put more money in or not, and just be mad in general. And then like they progress another day. It's great. It's absolutely great.
It's fun hearing you break this down, but it's funnier listening to Mike.
I know. That's why I'm going to keep pushing it, because if he's getting an ab workout right now for free, his Apple Watch is probably blown the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Just let the natural, activity recordings happen. So the way it works, though, is...
I got to hit you with this real quick.
Race card.
I mean, yeah.
It's never too late to play a good race card.
But you know what, though, Scott? The best part, it's been like 90 seconds since you said the thing he wanted to play it on, but he couldn't function enough to hit the button until now.
I fell out of my chair. I couldn't. Oh, good Lord.
Dude, I'm telling you, betting on the spelling bee is so much fun.
Said in the show.
It was, but you're laughing that hard because you know that it's true. If you get yourself you're like Ethan Brown. You're like, fuck. I mean, that's a throwaway name.
Unless Ethan Brown is homeschooled, then you got a shot. If they're homeschooled,
then you got an outside shot.
No, they got to be old though. They got to be old. You can't go with like a 12-year-old homeschooled kid. You need to go older than that.
Bullshit. I want to sand heat or I'm out.
Well, I didn't say no. We're talking about the.
I'm just saying, if my 5 have any,
we are on a tightrope over here.
Just let you know, I'm just keeping it real.
Put Scott on a quick timeout there. We're gonna go ahead and mute that mic for a second before the stream gets.
So all I'm saying though is there is strategy. There's not strategy because you don't get to choose who you pick, but good picks too. Because there's kids that'll be there 3 years in a row. You're like, oh, you know what? They're not going to get bowled over by the big time.
By the way, I just realized this whole segment, the Kong Bong graphic was still up. So we're advertising Kong Bong and Scott is getting super racist, and we're talking about the spelling bee.
Look, Susie Brown ain't winning that shit, man. I'm just saying.
I'm sure the people at Kong Bong are
Well,
super
hold on, though, Scott. Let's find that out.
Oh, my God.
It's over.
You don't know who won? You were betting on it, and you have no idea who won? You just know.
Oh, I know how much money's in my account.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's talk. We started to talk basketball. I don't have
what? You get pissed that I'm over here winning all the time?
I don't have a transition for spelling bee. I'm sorry. So let's get back to basketball talk.
Boom shakalaka!
Did you see that the NBA is finally doing away with the rules that are ruining the game? So they are going to ban basketball moves that draw fouls. So like when a guy pump fakes and then jumps into the defender, it'll either be a no call or an offensive foul. So like
James Harden is fucked.
James Harden is screwed. Trae Young probably screwed. Luka screwed. If this was around like 10 years ago, Dwayne Wade would have been screwed. Like this is a complete change to the game here, man. Like this whole offensive scheme has shifted to this outside ball and shooting a three, and a lot of it is because they can make these Euro step moves and pump fake and then jump into the guy and draw a foul. Like this has to change. Like, do you think we're going to see some more under the rim, like big guy basketball now after this?
No, because those guys just aren't bred the way that they need to be anymore. But seriously, it's not a coincidence that the same week that this rule was announced that James Harden is sitting out. He's like, I got to refigure this shit out. Like, the way I've been playing for like ever since I left the Thunder, this shit is not going to work anymore. I have got to get a better game than falling into dudes. Like, it's more impactful than baseball checking for sticky substances. Let's just say that. Like, this is going to change the way basketball is played more so than the way baseball is played with their bullshit.
Are the purists, like the people who are always like, back in the 90s, basketball was so much better, are they finally going to stop bitching a little bit, or are they going to continue to bitch? Hayden's shaking his head vigorously.
They will never stop. I actually,
He's right.
I was working yesterday with somebody that's also my age, so they, of course, agreed with me. But we were talking about basketball and people that are always just like, oh, today's NBA is the worst. They would never survive in like the 90s. And I'm just like, the people in the NBA skill-wise are so much better than
you know what's funny about Aiden having this conversation and like him having this visualization? It actually shows that despite baseball being OWG and very stuck in their like ways, I don't think that any league has a bigger problem with back when I watched it, it was real fucking sport than the NBA. Like NBA quote unquote fans or people that watch or whatever, they are the most like, this generation is bullshit and it would have never happened that way than any other sport. Like, hands down, it's not even fucking close. The basketball watchers are the goddamn worst when it comes to back in my day.
That's a good point. They do love that back when I watched, basketball was basketball. And Matt Barr is saying, I don't know if they're skill-wise so much better, but they are supremely better athletes. And maybe that's what you mean by that, Aiden. Like, they're just way better athletes at this stage of the game than they were back then.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got your Magic Johnson, but other than him, we've got Kevin Durant, Giannis, LeBron, all these like 6'10" people that can dribble so well.
Back up with your fucking weed, man. Back up with your fucking weed. Like, you just get to claim these motherfuckers. I didn't hear you name a single. I didn't hear you name a single white guy. God damn it. You should have said, like, we got Luka, and I'd be like, yeah, well we had Dirk, motherfucker. What now?
No, I'm just meaning like 6'10" guys.
I know.
I just have the ball handles that they do.
I just wanted to hit you with the race card. That's all. Like, you missed where I was just trying to fuck with you and be like, your white guys ain't better than our white guys. We had Steve Nash, motherfucker.
No, our white guys are better than his white guys. Let's be honest about that too, because back in the day, you had to actually bang down low, but now everyone's too pretty to go down low and take it to the hole or actually play like solid defense down there. Everyone's just about that mid-range game and like hit them threes. You barely only ever see someone take it to the hole and actually finish over two dudes hard.
Phrasing. Let's
Good work, Mike.
I didn't know where to go with that. I was like, finish over dudes hard. What?
It's so much back there that I was just like, this has to be a gag. He's got to be playing me on this one because there's way too much that he said in this one to not be him trying to get the joke off. Is that what it was, Drew? It was you were just trying to cram as many innuendos as you could.
Oh, I got the joke off. But speaking of which, so I didn't even realize this. So the money I won the spelling bee wasn't even on like the spelling bee. So that was like the regionals. Now we're on to like super region, or actually no, that was super regionals. Now we're on to Omaha, and we're playing the College World Series. So like shit about to be popping off here in a minute or two.
Hold on. Because as we're doing this show, this is one of those rare moments when a news update is fucking priceless, and the tone deafness of this one is just, oh god. As we're talking about it, Manfred says enforcement is going, quote, well. He says Rob Manfred is pleased with progress on issue with pitching substances.
Yeah, looking real good, Rob.
The day after two dudes dropped trial, he's like, this is going exactly how I wanted it.
Hey, Rob, how's enforcement going? Looking good so far. I almost saw Scherzer and Romo's dick last night. So far. I don't know. Like,
wait,
maybe
hold
tomorrow.
on. That was Max Scherzer. Do you think they stopped him from dropping trowel? Because, like, wait, his eyes are two different colors, so like we don't even know what's up down there.
What?
Max Scherzer has two different color eyes.
Right.
Okay, so how are you relating this to his balls?
Yep. Go on.
Are they?
Does the OWG umpire
go on?
Oh, I was waiting for the slam.
Oh.
I'd prefer to not to.
Guys, Team USA basketball has been locked in. We got the roster.
Damn it, the Hawks are back up.
Here's our 12-man roster for the Olympics. You got Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Zach LaVine, Kevin Love, Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Jeremy Grant. Did I say Draymond Green? Why the fuck is Draymond Green on our Olympic roster?
May I go first?
Because
because
when one wins an Olympic gold medal, one also must win the kicking dicks game. So there's no way that we would go overseas and not kick the most dicks. So we had to bring Draymond.
Look, Scott, I appreciate that take, but that's even too deep. All I heard, Mike, when you just read that was a bunch of losers.
What?
None of them that are playing for the NBA title, right?
I mean, Devin Booker might be in a couple weeks. We don't know. Let it play out, motherfucker.
Ooh, I missed it. I know he's going to win the title. The Suns unstoppable.
Yeah, and he's on the team. Like, there's actually 3 current NBA players that could possibly play all the way through.
So wait, I guess that's what I'm confused about. I didn't realize that guys who are still playing in the tournament had already committed to USA basketball this summer.
Yes, they like I said, I was reading it earlier. There are 3 guys: Booker, and it would be
Booker's young though.
Yeah, well,
he
Booker, Paul, and I forget who the third one was. Whatever that like have committed and said that they would fly on a private plane, even if it meant like Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Like they will be there because it would take them all the way to like the day before the Olympics start if it went that far. So like they're all committed to going. So it's all good.
You said CP3.
I think he's one of them just because he's one of the only players still playing on like that would still be that guy. And he's not even playing in the NBA right now because he's on.
No, he's back. He's coming back for Game 3.
Did he? Okay, all right, he's back. Okay, cool.
Do we want to get in that shit? Because I heard he again got in COVID protocol because he went and hugged his family in the stands after the clinching game of the series before.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
COVID
protocol, and apparently he
did he test positive?
I don't know if he tested positive, but he was vaccinated, which is why he had a shorter time. That's why he's not out because he could have missed
shorter time. They kept him out for so fucking long.
He could have missed the entire Western Conference Finals. Like he could have missed all of it, but he's coming back because he was vaccinated, and they were like, okay, he's good to go.
Well, first of all, that's great that he's vaccinated. Second of all, it's great that he's going to be back sooner. Third of all, I still feel like that was way too fucking long to keep a guy out. Like he missed a key Game 1 when
it doesn't matter. They're up 2-0. It really doesn't matter. Like it came out as a
sure, that's fair. So, but this is what I want to get to, and I want to throw out there. All right, so let's just say Chris Paul, they win the Western Conference, they go on, they win the NBA title. He goes to the Olympics. doesn't necessarily play a huge role, but he gets a medal, a gold medal. Does he come back next year?
I think he's only on this 1-year deal with the Suns anyway. Like, isn't his contract up at the end of this year?
I thought it was that like
He has a
1+
player
thing.
option.
Okay,
Yeah.
there it is. He's
Yeah.
got a player option, but from what I heard, he was going to opt out because he thought he was going to sign another $100 million deal. Which, I mean, Chris Paul has been my favorite player since he kicked dicks at North Carolina or at North Carolina, at Wake Forest. But like, there's
Can we
no
not talk about
way
that,
in
though?
hell that he's going to make $100 million contract. Like,
Chris Paul
it-
is gonna get $100 million.
yeah, like the only team that's
Well,
paying
no,
him
no,
that
no,
is,
no,
like,
hold
the
on,
Timberwolves. Like A-Rod's like, I'll give you $100
Guys.
million.
Guys, hold on.
My hot
Again,
take is
look
I
at-
think he could get $100 million.
yes.
You know, I mean, he absolutely
Absolutely.
could because
Easily.
it's the NBA.
He easily could.
easily.
Right.
Like, and seriously,
think-
that's what I'm saying.
think
You know
about
who
it.
will
No,
sign
look, not
him?
even a max
A-Rod with the
contract.
Timberwolves.
Look at
A-Rod
the
will be
Nets.
like, we'll open up all the pocketbooks. This will get
And the
heat
thing
off of
is
me.
I think the Timberwolves would be such a better team if they had Chris Paul because, like,
Mhm.
you
Oh,
put
no,
a good
any
point
team
guard
would
with,
be better with
Karl
Chris
Anthony
Paul.
Towns, they're going to be a playoff
Yeah,
team.
no,
They're going to be really good.
Chris Paul has proven now 2 seasons in a row, both with Oklahoma City when he was there by himself, and now with fucking Suns, that he is a fucking game changer. Somebody will pay him the money, but it's complete asinine to pay him $100 million at this point.
Scott, I don't think it is though, because think about it. The Nets right now for next season between James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and KD have $120 million on the books for their salary cap. Newsflash: the salary cap next year is projected at $112 million. So with 3 players, so yeah. I mean, luxury tax, whatever, it'll be fine. But if that's what it's going for those top end players, all he has to do is get 3 years, $35 million, which sounds like a lot, but compared to what is going for the continued elevation of the max contract, I could see him getting it because all he needs is 3 years.
I'm not saying that he won't get it. I'm just saying that he won't deserve it. Like, somebody's going to pay it, and then about 6 months in, they're going to be like, man, we fucked up.
I don't know,
We
man.
should have done this.
Scott, think about it. If you throw him, like Aiden, like you said, if you throw him on the Timberwolves team and they get a title in either year 1 or year 2, that
It's
might be worth it.
100%. I don't know if
But
it's because
there's no
Drew's
guarantee, though.
There's
You're
no
right.
guarantee, but what other option you got? You got a better one?
And I don't know if it's
Harlem
because Drew is
Globetrotters.
wearing a Notre Dame hat or not, but I completely agree with him here. I think Chris Paul this year especially
Love and respect.
has showed that he is still a superstar caliber. I know he's 36, 37 now, but
Well, I mean, that
his
was my
game
goddamn
style.
take. I just don't think that he's worth $100 million at this fucking point. That's
But I
all.
still would disagree that what he brings to the table is better
Yeah.
than not almost every, but like he's better than the majority of the NBA. He's going to bring you to the playoffs no matter what team he's on. Best point guard. I don't want to say that actually. Very good point
Yeah,
guard.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's
Aiden, no, hold on. I know where
I
Aiden
take
was
that
going.
back. I was going
He's saying,
back.
but
He's
but
like,
you're
best
giving
point
credit for
guard
the
on
full
the
service.
Suns.
Yeah,
best point
Yeah.
guard for
Aiden.
the sake of this argument.
Aiden,
As
I got
a
a question.
pure point guard.
Aiden, I got a question for you. Would you
Yes.
say that Chris Paul is a more adaptable Steve Nash?
So I hate to say this, but I'm a little too young to have enjoyed Steve Nash's prime. I watched the tail end of his career because, I mean, I was about 10 when I started actually paying attention to the NBA. And Steve Nash at that point was in his last 5 or 6 years in the NBA. And I know he won 2
You know
MVPs.
Steve Nash is a Laker, don't you?
Exactly. Like, I'm a Lakers
Oh.
fan. I remember, I think it was a trade, whatever. I remember him being on the Lakers. He played 18 games total,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Whatever. Chris Paul has not won 2 MVPs, so I don't want to say that he's better than Steve Nash because Steve Nash did win 2 MVPs. But
Hot
Chris
take,
Paul is
he's
just-
better than Steve Nash. Like, Chris Paul,
I mean,
is actually underrated for his career. Like, that's
I
how
would
much I
argue-
like Chris Paul, and I still wouldn't give him $100 million at this point in his career. Like, that's the thing. As much as I love Chris Paul, he's been one of my favorite players over his entire career. I wouldn't give him that money right now. because it's too risky. Like, he's at that point in his career where it's like you could be in a Steve Nash situation where, oh, we signed him and then he only plays X amount of games because he gets hurt or what the fuck ever. Like, it's just way too much money, even at this stage, to just, throw at him. Like,
No.
I wouldn't do it.
I see where you're coming from, because there's big risk, but also I still think it depends on it whether or not he gets injured or not. You never know if he's going to get injured, but if he doesn't, it's worth it. If he does, it's not, and he's old, so it's likely he'll get injured.
Well,
yeah,
but I still. This is the most Chris Paul talk that has ever happened without mentioning Carlton from Fresh Prince pretending to be Chris Paul in the State Farm commercials. I'm just impressed that
he embodied him.
Good Lord, man! You guys actually talking sports talk on this show? What the hell is this?
No, but everybody tuned the fuck out when
interest,
we did
bro.
that.
God, you guys are like Aiden coming with actual facts and like breakdowns. Good Lord, man! And then you agree with Drew. This whole show is upside down. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Hey, I didn't predict
Bruce
that
is
I'd
coming
be
through.
with Drew either.
Oh,
It just happened to play out that way, you know?
You know who should sign Chris Paul? The Harlem Globetrotters. That's who should sign Chris Paul.
Oh,
hell yeah!
Yes.
They'd be the favorite in year
I would
one.
pay many dollars for that.
We're running low on time for the show, but real quick, Scott.
Well, maybe you should keep
Harlem
a tighter
Globetrotters-
ship there, big guy.
Fuck you, mister.
I was gonna say, it's your show, Andrew.
Yeah.
You get it.
And-
Oh no, I'm talent. I'm talent.
You
All
piece
right?
of
I'm not
shit.
the producer. I'm talent. Okay.
Would you guys
do
want to see
Do you
the
think
Harlem
Rome was
Globetrotters
trying to run
in
the clock?
Yes, Rome kept the type shit.
Also, yes, I would want
Type
to see
ship?
the Harlem Globetrotters in the NBA.
That'd be okay. Aiden, do you want to see the Globetrotters in the NBA?
Not
No.
really, no.
Drew,
They're great for what they do. But
Oh, hit it.
Okay, Drew's watching the.
Is he
Oh,
watching
no, all right.
porn
So,
again? Jesus
No,
Christ.
it's halftime. It's all right. So at halftime, the Bucks are at 59-54 on the Hawks, and the Hawks had a turnover in the lane. Giannis grabbed it, kind of like half dribbled to midcourt and threw it up. And I was like, oh, that'd be so dope if he nailed this and put them up another three.
All right, here's
been a
why I
good
don't
game.
want the,
It's been a
here's
good
why I
game,
don't
though.
want the Globetrotters in the NBA. Number one, I actually enjoy the Globetrotters for the comedic value that they have, and that would be gone because then they'd have to play real basketball, and nobody really wants to see them play real basketball. They want to see them pull the refs' pants down and throw confetti on people and make it a show.
I mean, I
Also-
still want to see that. Like, I
Also,
still
right, but
expect that.
I mean, they're not going to do that in the NBA. Adam
But
Silver-
they should. Like, you want to leave their OWG-ness in the NBA? Fine. But I mean, I want it to where there's guys just walking up to the refs like, I thought that was a shit call. Boom, there goes your shorts, motherfucker.
So first of all,
to see the Globetrotters do the free throw with the ball on the string and pull it back and then take it in and dunk it. That would be pretty awesome to see that in like game one of the NBA finals. But here's the other reason why I don't want the Globetrotters to have a team in the NBA. New York does not name 3 teams. They don't need 3 teams in New York. That's the downside. Unless you're getting rid of the Knicks or the Nets, don't put 3 teams in New
I
York.
actually think that would be the greatest thing ever. Hey, we're announcing that the Harlem Globetrotters are now part of the NBA. We're also announcing one of our premier franchises that has been dog shit for the last 25 years. The Knicks is leaving the NBA. I would love it. They're like, it's addition by subtraction. We no longer have James Dolan, and we have the Harlem Globetrotters.
Ooh,
Good night,
wait,
everybody.
nope. I changed my mind.
Please
I wanna-
welcome the
I wanna
Harlem
wait.
Globetrotters and the Seattle Knicks, everybody. Here we go.
No. I agree with Scott. That's a great idea. I was like, all right, so I'm gonna have nothing to talk about this segment. This is great. I'll just check.
Relegate the Knicks to the league that
But
has
no,
to try to get back
no
in.
relegation.
Turn it to
no.
some soccer bullshit.
No,
There
I don't
you
even
go.
give a fuck. Get rid of the Knicks because if we get rid of James Dolan, everybody wins.
Everybody wins. 'Cause
Everybody
it takes
wins.
back to hockey for
If
you
this
with the
gets us-
Rangers. I know because James Dolan ruins 2 sports at one time. We got to get rid of this motherfucker.
I
He's
mean,
ruining
yeah,
the
exactly.
NHL
Double it
and the
down, man.
NBA.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
If this shit gets James Dolan gone and in the grave, I'm in. I'm here for that.
No, I don't even want him
kickstart
dead. I
that
just,
right there.
just let him be out on the road touring with his
Oh.
band all the fucking time. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, Scott. I didn't say that I wanted him dead.
You said in the ground.
Immediately.
That's pretty definitive.
Well, just like I feel like he could, spend some time meditating in a hole 6 feet down.
Good kick,
flat,
save, and a
laying
view.
down. Yeah.
Listen, guys, I wanted to talk real quick U.S. Open talk, and I wasn't going to go too much into John Rahm, but there was a streaker at the U.S. Open. I don't know if you guys saw this, but real quick before we end the show, I wanted to break down this video for everybody watching on YouTube, for those watching the replay of this. So this guy jumped onto the fairway, and he ends up, let's break down this video, okay? This guy jumps on the fairway. He's wearing a rainbow poncho and a pair of shorts, which already I've got problems. If you're going to streak, go naked. Don't go shorts. He gets into the middle of the fairway, takes a shot with a 9-iron, it seems like, and then does a weird little dance with the club towards the security guards. How did you get into the course with a club? Like, where did the club come from? I understand.
How is he going this long? Like,
I know, right?
Nobody's
still going. Takes a second shot. Now security starts to close in. This is where the video gets great because he puts a ball fake on the security guard and gets away and takes off running. Another security guard finally pulls up in a golf cart, jumps out of the golf cart, tackles the guy, pins him to the ground, and he is arrested. It is amazing to me.
Oh, wait a minute. I love that the video cut right before that dude knocks him in the fucking head. Like,
no, it was a very gentle takedown because the guy's white. But anyways, here's the
well, you're right. It's probably true. Hey, what's up, Charles? Oh man, I can't click on stuff anymore.
Is the basketball pump fake the best part of this escape plan? Like, he put the security guard in a basketball pump fake before he ran away from him.
I hate this guy so much. He is such an imposter. Like, this guy has no purpose, no cause to be out there, and he's not drunk and just doing it spontaneously. He premeditated this useless waste of time. Like,
this is all coming from the guy who bet the spelling bee.
Excuse me.
This guy's got morals and rules for the streaker on the golf course, and he's like, "But I also turned $10 into $60 on the spelling bee, motherfucker."
Yeah, because I have integrity over here. Okay,
integrity.
I know what you're trying to say. Like, yeah, I won money. What's the difference if they're horses? Football teams or
kids trying to spell words,
middle schoolers trying to spell words. Exactly. Sorry.
No difference.
Sorry if Stanley should have learned, his Latin roots a little bit better, but he didn't. And I'm so glad that my speller did.
So Drew, you're not on board with this streaker, huh? You don't like this dude.
This guy's an imposter. He's a poser.
Why?
He's an embarrassment.
Why do you say an imposter and a poser?
I'm legit shocked at Drew's take on this.
Because why was he streaking? What was his purpose? Like, what were you doing out there, man? You're just causing a disruption.
Purpose, dude. What is any streaker?
Oh, there's a lot of them. To protest and call attention to a political or societal cause. Because you got drunk, because someone pays you to do it, and you're advertising.
Comment of the night, baby. Matt Barr for the win.
What do you say? I missed it.
Is that I have integrity over here? The guy betting on children.
Children, I mean, they're going to do what they do. It doesn't matter if I put money on them. They want to win because there's a scholarship at stake, man.
That sounds like a real degenerate.
And especially with name, image, and likeness,
I'm
passing in the Supreme Court,
these
they're
things
going
are
to be able to license
anyway.
their name on Mario.
Somebody might as well make money off of it. Fuck it.
Might as well, because you know what? They're going to be able to profit off it soon enough.
Are those kids playing Pog? Let's get some cash on this, goddammit. They're playing Pog. Somebody's got to make money off of it.
Dude, I can get down with Pog, but Pog is a game of skill. All right? It's not a game of chance. Pog is definitely a game of skill.
Pog was the game of whether or not your mom thought you better slammer than everybody else.
Yeah, hang on, Aiden.
Kill my ass.
Hang on, time out, guys. Back up, clear the
We're
way.
hurting Aiden's brain with the word Pog. He's like, what the fuck is a Pog?
Have you heard of Pogs?
I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Actually,
moving
hold on a second though, because he says
Nope,
not
nope,
sure, and my second instinct is that
Just throw
there's
out
two
any
different types of
keyword.
POGs, POG and PAWG. Maybe he knows
Exactly.
about
I was
one.
Clarify.
Yes, exactly.
I-
See, Aiden knows about one. That makes me happy.
I
We
needed
win.
to know which one we were
Now, wait.
talking about.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I didn't even think about
Aiden.
that, Scott. Good point. Good point.
Aiden, does your girlfriend watch the show?
And that's why I chose 90210
Not
Tiffany and Mathiesen.
currently.
Good night, everybody.
Not currently. Good. All right, so Aiden, you fit in real well because none of our wives watch it. Shout out Cheryl. Shout out Jenna. If you're here, prove it. So
And
Scott.
Alex, because I also have a wife that Drew completely neglected her.
No, because you have a wife, but she's on kid duty. She puts him to bed.
So he knows she's not watching.
This is going to get weirdly personal, so we're just going to push on past that. I didn't mean insult or anything. I'm just, it is what it is. Pogs, P-O-G, lowercase s. Pogs.
All right, I'm out.
Is that what you were asking about? If he knows what pogs are?
That's what we were asking about.
Yeah. No. I said there was two different types of POGs, but you said the first one, and I'm like, all right, I'll tune this out until you get to the other type.
I don't
we
know
know
that POG.
Okay.
I was going to say, we know that he knows
Aiden
the other
only
kind
knows
of
the
pogs.
Good POG is what we're
Yeah.
getting here. Yes. Okay. Anyways, listen, we're running way late on time, Drew.
But wait, so Scott, you brought this up, though, so where can I bet on this pog game?
Run a tighter ship here.
Well, but if there's pog games to bet on, I fucking want to know about it.
All right, listen, we got to do a quick
It
reaction.
was just an example of your degeneratism that you'd be out here throwing money down on some shit like that. It's like, look at those kids over there playing POGs. I got to get in action on this.
I mean, dude, if there's an arbitrage opportunity and a chance to get dollars, why the fuck not?
Proving my point.
Matt
I
Barr,
know. I'm not even
I didn't
ashamed
mean
about it.
as an insult. The guy who called Mike's wife in the state.
No!
That is what Drew
God
said.
damn it.
I can't wait to tell my wife
killing
that I made a mistake by marrying her.
Shit.
All right, listen. Quick hitter stuff before we close out the show. Carl
I'm
Nassib
to buy
came out
Alex some
as
nice flowers.
he came out and announced that he was gay. His jersey became the top-selling jersey 2 days in a row in Fanatics. Scott, quick reaction to the story.
Good for him, and shocker for NFL fans because they're all fucking rubes. So I'm amazed that the jersey went to the top of the sales. But hey, maybe they're fucking evolving. Good for Carl Nassib, and good for anybody who actually bought that jersey and they weren't trying to be a smart ass.
Agreed. Aiden, quick reaction to the story.
I think it's great for the most part. I agree completely with what Scott said.
Mookie, quick reaction to the story.
I love it. I think the thing that gets glossed over is the $100,000 dollar donation to the hotline for LGBTQ plus suicide, whatever.
hotline.
Yeah,
Huge.
he's putting money to that to help him support it.
Yeah.
I think the thing that got missed too, as I heard this on the radio, is that if there is someone who falls into that group, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to like gloss over. That's a lot of letters. I don't want to fuck it up. If one person supports them and is there for them as they go through their kind of outing or, self-recognition, there's a 40% reduction in the chance that they'll take their own life.
Yes.
And that to me is huge. And I'm so excited that he's backing up the that hotline, but at the same time too, he's creating an open and safe environment to start a lot of conversation. So super excited about it. I'm also a little curious though, from his Hard Knocks callback, like, is he still getting 10% return on his portfolio?
The financial.
If you do that for 7 years,
Yes.
and I don't mean to make light of the situation, but like that's when I first learned about Carl Nassib, and I appreciate that he's got his like minor and mid-tier celebrity or whatever, but now he's using it for a really positive purpose. But I still want to know what his investment strategy is now, especially now inflation and all these other things.
That was my favorite part of the Browns Hard Knocks was him breaking down.
Oh, absolutely the best
financial decisions. Here's what I like about this. I think it's awesome that he had the courage to do this. I cannot wait for the time when this isn't a big deal. When we're not.
Like, we're not even talking about this.
Like it's just like who cares? Nobody cares. Like that's what I can't wait till we get to. That it's not like in the news and headlines.
When Aiden's grandchildren are doing a podcast and feel like, hey, news that we're not going to talk about this week. Somebody coming out because it's not a thing.
Because it's not a big deal.
Right.
Because do what you want to do and love who you want to love.
It won't be about that. It'll be whether you're born on Earth or Mars or Jupiter.
Or whether you're betting on elementary school kids to spell things correctly, whatever.
Hey, my interest in their endeavors increases the awareness and sponsorship. So again, it goes back to the schools, man. Money keeps flowing back to our schools.
It also terrifies me, your interest in their endeavors. Please don't refer to it like that.
You can try to justify this any way you want, Drew. You are betting on children's words.
Who the fuck cares, man? I'll bet on if the
kids.
moon will rise tomorrow. If there's an opportunity to make money, why are you gonna get mad about
Fans at
it?
the Tokyo Olympics have been banned from cheering. They are not allowed to cheer at the Tokyo Olympics. They're not allowed to drink alcohol after an event. They have to go straight home. Athletes are encouraged not to have sex. They're not allowed to go visit or be spectators at another event. And they are not allowed to go hit like popular nightclub spots and like nightlife. Scott, quick reaction to how shitty the Tokyo Olympics are going to be.
Have they heard how the Olympics go? It's just like sexy athletes are there to fuck. You're going to limit the one thing that anybody cares about? Like the best stories we get from this show are all the degenerate things that go on in the Olympic Village. Fuck you, Japan. Do you need 2 more reminders on why we're better than you? God damn.
Jesus Christ. Aiden, quick reaction. How terrible are the Tokyo Olympics?
I mean, no alcohol, no sex, no cheering, no partying. Kind of sucks. That's my opinion. Should have just waited another year.
No alcohol and no sex make Jack go crazy.
Those Apple Watches are going to be flying.
Yeah, I'm so glad. My reaction is I'm so glad that I didn't have to go after Scott and his 2 more reminders.
He strategically went with Aiden after that. He knew.
I
he
swear,
knew better.
I'm always chosen when people don't want to answer. I see how it is.
Oh no, I
In fairness, I'm just going along the line as the layout is.
but and again, Aiden, it still goes the same way. I would stammer and pause and hold to try to digest all of this and figure out a semi-appropriate response given my situation here, alcohol wise. I mean, Scott, damn it, dude. Do we need to give them 2 more reminders? No, we don't. No, we don't want to see any of that ever again. No, thank you.
How is Scott feeling tonight? Good.
But I love you for it, Scott.
I
And I'm
started
glad
to
it was
hit
you, not me.
I started to hit you with the historic names. I was like, do they need Little Boy and Fat Man to show up again? But I was like,
You know, I expect this from Matt Barr in the comments. I don't expect this from you, Scott.
Papa B, maybe. Papa B, maybe, because he was ready to napalm Cleveland.
I thought the
That was
Brazil
really
Olympics were terrible, and I thought that was a shit show. This is going to be way worse. People aren't allowed to cheer in the stands. Like, why even have fans at that point? They have to sit
Seriously.
there. It's stupid.
after they already had to cancel it for COVID, you're like, by the way, don't have any
Dude.
fun at this fucking thing.
Also, you're not allowed to drink if you're there, and you have to wear a mask and sit there quietly. Like, just go home. Like, don't even go. Don't go watch this in any way. It's going to be very terrible to watch this Olympics. All right, let's talk about these beers.
No, it's not, because we're going to be here where we have kegs available, and we can bet on it.
There it is. There's Drew.
Why are you so mad about it? Like, I mean,
I'm not mad at it. You're
also, our U.S. women's team is going to win another gold medal in
Dude, they
soccer,
so are. I can't
Damn it,
wait to
Dominic.
wear my fucking Megan Rapinoe jersey all fucking month of July. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
They're
Gonna
gonna
be great.
Did you get the pride one with the numbers that are rainbow colored?
No, I got the one from the World Cup Championship, so it's got the
I mean,
4
that's solid,
stars.
too.
Yeah, I had to get the
4
championship.
motherfucking stars,
You
bitches.
goddamn
4
right.
stars.
Scott, what were you drinking tonight? And rate it either 90210 or Saved by the Bell, with 90210 at the bottom, Saved by the Bell at the top.
Holy shit, I've got more beer in my can. I was drinking Carrie's Secret Indulgence all the way from fucking Alaska. Guys, this shit was fucking amazing. It got 4.13 caps on Untapped, 9.8 ABV, Imperial Stout. On the scale, again, I don't give a shit necessarily about the scale. I just want to remind everybody, this is Tiffany Amber Thiessen when she was thick. Go watch those 90210 days. Thank me later. This is the best.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yes, exactly.
What were you drinking tonight? And rate it 90210 to Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell being the top.
I was drinking Hell or High Watermelon Wheat Beer by 21st Amendment Brewery, which is located in California, 3.67 on Untapped. It was really good. And I do like some thickness on my women, and I've never watched either one of these shows. So based off what I have learned throughout the show, I'm going to have to go 90210, so I keep the thick woman vibe going. And that's the only reason why I'm selecting them is I know one pug, and that's what it is. So
yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Aiden for the win.
Nice.
Drew, what were you drinking?
So I was drinking Morning Wood by Kassik's Brewery. I had the wrong one Untapped. So there was another beer that was also called Morning Wood.
You read the internet wrong, shocker.
No, I typed KASS and hit enter and just went with it. But instead of KASE, I should have typed KASSI. Right? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. It made a lot of sense in this world. Anyways, point is, it is an English IPA, again, out of Keenah, Alaska. 6.4% ABV, 3.58 caps on Untapped, and that to me just doesn't make any sense. Again, I said it at the start, I said it again. She keeps well after a 90-minute episode. This is Kelly Kapowski all the way. Drink it morning, afternoon, and night. Done.
Drink it morning, noon, or night. Pass.
Pass.
Oh, wait, but I did want to bring it. I want to bring it back around. These beers that Scott and I had tonight, not only were they amazing, but Sarah, thank you so much for bringing this to us. This shit traveled 4,900 miles.
If nothing else, the cocoa nib
that's
throwing
absurd.
Drew for a loop made it fucking worth it.
Also,
the fact that he never
yes.
knew what a cocoa nib was until tonight.
I do
He
love
still might not.
Nope, still don't know what it is. Scott. I don't want. I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to wait.
He's still going to be searching for cocoa nips later.
Nibs is with the B.
This week I was drinking Suntrip by New Terrain Brewing.
How far did that beer come to your house?
It
Mike?
was from Golden, Colorado, courtesy of Beer Drop. So not as it was like halfway,
0 miles.
halfway from you guys.
0 miles.
And you know what? I rated
no effort into this.
I rated this one Saved by the Bell to start the show, but I got to be honest, I did some Googling because just to be fair here, I've never watched any 90210, and I got to be honest.
Here it comes.
Yeah!
I mean, just based on what I've seen, I gotta go 90210 on this one. Like
looking pretty good there.
Yes, I fucking told you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Kapowski grew up on 90210, man. I wasn't hating on the show. I was definitely just going with Kelly Kapowski on 90210. Tiffany Amber Thiessen became just like, I'm telling you, man, so good.
It's very reminiscent of when Topanga from Boy Meets World hit those college years, and it was like, damn, Topanga.
Well, and I was going to say, I meant to say at the beginning of this scale, the reason that the reason that I was going with Tiffany Amber Thiessen was because whenever anybody asked Kelly Kapowski, Topanga, or whatever, I always end up having to go Topanga because I'm like, look, Topanga hit those years, man, and she was like Corey couldn't handle that. You could just tell there was no way that Corey was never able to rank Topanga.
Corey was not his favorite.
Dude, no. I don't look. I love Topanga, loved her to death. We would have a baseball teams with the kids and grow old happily on the shore in New Hampshire. But no, What the fuck? No, go back to the other picture. I'm looking at your screen. I'm like, what is that shit? Yes, that one. Do
He's
that
like,
again.
but kids spelling words in elementary school. That's just dude, I'm
That
telling
wins
you,
every
dude,
day, all
that's-
day, hands
I'm
down.
telling you, go back and go.
No, Drew.
That
you're
woman
understanding.
will
No,
further your
I'm not
career
saying-
and your life more than
Watch
you
old
could ever
episodes of
imagine.
90210 and tell me
I'm
I'm
not
wrong.
saying Kelly over Topanga in this case. I'm just saying seeing this picture
Yes.
reminds me of when Topanga went college years in Boy Meets World, and it was like, oh damn, that's a different person. Okay, all right, that's
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Tiffany Amber Thiessen hit that in
all right. So
90210.
she hit a 5 compared to that 9.
Look, all I'm saying is 90210 for this beer because it's Pog.
This is my greatest victory on this show ever.
Scott, you should be very proud. You should be very proud that you have turned this around because that's the deciding factor. I don't know anything else about the show. I haven't seen a single thing of it. I have no idea. The rest of the show could be complete dog shit. But because Kelly Kapowski looked like that in 90210, you win. You win 90210, and you do too, Scott. Guys, this has been a show. This was a thing that we put on.
I'm so happy to be back, guys. I missed this last week. I missed this.
Super racist. Drew admitted to like twice. Scott got super racist twice. And one was like
I didn't do
very
anything.
worrisome. Drew admitted to betting on children. Aiden talked sports.
You say that like it's a bad thing,
and
dude. If casinos have lines on it, why should I have to
There was
fucking
like a
hide it?
Good 6 minutes during the show where I couldn't even speak because I was laughing so hard. So I hope you guys enjoyed it because that's what the show is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in each and every Wednesday right here on our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Crafty Sports. Go check out Belly Up Sports. They are podcast daddies. That's where we're hosted. Tons of awesome content going up on Belly Up Sports every single day. I said it. You heard what I said. Don't question me, Andrew. Go check out Belly Up Sports.
Hey, this is
my
his show.
podcast.
Respect, motherfucker.
My podcast,
Tons of
motherfucker.
amazing content on Belly Up Sports. Awesome writers, all kinds of good shit going up there all the time. Subscribe,
Hey,
rate,
no
review
one
wherever
got
you
it.
get your podcast. It helps us out more than you would know. Share the show out. Let your friends see this. Let's grow this shit. We're so close to 100 subscribers here on YouTube. We're so close to 1,000 followers on Twitter. Get us there. Like, just get us over this hump, and I will feel so much better. Thank
Mike
you guys
will
so
hump
much.
your leg.
I will. I will hump your leg if you get us over the hump. Thank you.
Aiden will too.
Hey-o.
I'm gonna get over the hump of Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
We will see you next week with the full
I'll
breakdown
watch.
on Pogs versus Pog. Thank you.
That was our best breakdown ever.
We'll see you guys. Cheers, everybody.